In the world of General Hospital, surprises are a daily occurrence. Long-lost twins return from the dead, secret affairs come to light, and shocking betrayals explode across the canvas of Port Charles with clockwork precision. But even the most seasoned soap fans were not prepared for the emotional earthquake that seemed to ripple through social media when a single, beautifully worded post, imagined here as coming from Eden McCoy herself, set hearts racing and timelines on fire. The headline alone felt unreal. For years, Eden McCoy has been synonymous with Jocelyn Jacks, the fiery, vulnerable, endlessly complex daughter of Carly Corinthos who grew up before our eyes. Viewers watched her fall in love, get her heart broken, find her strength, and evolve into one of the show's most compelling young women. Off-screen, fans followed Eden's journey as well. Her career growth, her maturity, her quiet grace in interviews, and her ability to balance fame with authenticity. So when the fandom collectively imagined her revealing not one, but two life-changing milestones at once, a secret wedding and an impending birth of a baby girl, it felt like something straight out of a soap opera script itself. Only this time, the spotlight wasn't on Jocelyn. It was on Eden. The first bombshell, in this imagined narrative, landed like a thunderclap. Eden was preparing to walk down the aisle in a private, intimate ceremony, far away from the flashing cameras of Hollywood. No tabloid circus. No red carpet spectacle. No celebrity guest list leaked weeks in advance. Just love. According to the whispered exclusive, the ceremony would be held in a secluded, sun-drenched location, somewhere that felt timeless and romantic, a place where ocean air mingled with soft music and flower petals lined a quiet path toward forever. The guest list? Tiny. Only the closest family members, a few lifelong friends, and perhaps one or two General Hospital co-stars who had become more like siblings than colleagues. Fans, of course, immediately began to speculate. Was it a beach at sunset, waves gently crashing as vows were exchanged? Or a hidden garden, glowing with fairy lights and white roses? Maybe even a rustic vineyard, where the golden light of late afternoon wrapped the couple in warmth and promise. The idea of Eden choosing secrecy over spectacle felt perfectly in character for the woman fans believed her to be, grounded, sincere, and more interested in meaning than headlines. And then came the detail that sent hearts into overdrive. The dress. Not a towering couture gown straight from Paris, but something elegant and ethereal, lace sleeves, a flowing silhouette, and a softness that mirrored the emotion of the moment. A dress that whispered romance rather than screamed status. A veil light enough to catch the breeze, framing a smile that held both excitement and serenity. In true soap opera fashion, the imagined story suggested that the ceremony would be filled with symbolism, handwritten vows, a song that carried personal meaning, and a quiet promise exchanged not just for the present, but for the family they were about to become. Because yes, the wedding was only half the story. Just as fans were still processing the idea of wedding bells, the second revelation arrived, gentle yet powerful. Eden was also preparing to welcome a baby girl. In this creative vision, the announcement came with a soft, glowing photo. Eden in a simple, flowing dress, hands resting protectively over a visible baby bump, sunlight catching her hair, her expression calm, radiant, and full of awe. The kind of image that doesn't need filters or dramatic poses because the emotion speaks for itself. The caption imagined by fans was short but devastatingly beautiful. She's already changed everything. The word "she" echoed across the fandom like a heartbeat. A daughter. A little girl who would arrive carrying a legacy of love, strength, and possibility. In the collective imagination, Eden spoke about the experience with honesty and wonder. The late-night cravings, the quiet moments of listening to a tiny heartbeat, the surreal realization that a new life was growing, day by day. For an actress who had spent years portraying youth, resilience, and emotional complexity on screen, the idea of stepping into motherhood felt like the most profound role of all. Fans began to draw parallels, as they always do. Jocelyn Jacks, the character, had been shaped by the fierce love of Carly, the legacy of the Corinthos family, and the chaos of Port Charles. Now, in this imagined reality, Eden herself was preparing to shape a new life, to become someone's entire world. The circle felt poetic. What made this story explode wasn't just the romance or the baby news, it was the timing. A wedding and a birth, so close together, felt like destiny aligning in the most cinematic way possible. In the imagined interviews and posts, Eden described the months ahead as a season of miracles. Planning a ceremony while preparing a nursery. Choosing flowers for a bouquet and colors for a baby blanket. Practicing vows and whispering lullabies.
Two futures unfolding at once.
Fans flooded comment sections with virtual tears, heart emojis, and messages that read like love letters. You grew up on our screens, and now you're starting your own family. We're crying. This feels like a real-life soap opera, but the beautiful kind. A wedding and a baby girl? That's the happiest plot twist ever. The idea of a secret ceremony only added to the magic. It suggested something sacred, something protected from the noise of the world. A moment that belonged solely to those who mattered most. And then there was the baby bump, the symbol of it all. In this fictional reveal, it wasn't staged or overproduced. Just a natural, glowing image of a woman standing on the threshold of a new life, her smile holding both anticipation and peace. In soap operas, women often face heartbreak, danger, and impossible choices. They fight for their children, their love, and their future. Eden McCoy's character, Jocelyn, embodies that spirit, fierce, emotional, and unafraid to stand her ground. In this imagined real-life chapter, fans saw a beautiful reflection of that strength. A woman choosing love quietly. A woman embracing motherhood with courage. A woman stepping into a future that promises both vulnerability and joy. The thought of Eden preparing for a daughter sparked endless poetic speculation. Would she one day watch old episodes of General Hospital and laugh? Would she grow up hearing stories about the legendary city of Port Charles, the characters, the fans, the world that shaped her mother's career? In the minds of viewers, this baby girl already felt like part of the extended GH family. Of course, in true soap style, the story lingered on the emotional details. The moment Eden would walk down the aisle, heart pounding, eyes meeting the person who had become her safe place. The quiet exchange of vows that promised partnership, respect, and a shared future. The soft applause, the tears, the laughter. Then, months later, the first cry of a newborn girl. The weight of her in Eden's arms. The overwhelming realization that love had just taken on a new, deeper meaning. Wedding bells and a lullaby. A white dress and a tiny blanket. Two beginnings, intertwined. The reason this imagined double announcement captured hearts so fiercely is simple: it represents hope. In a world where celebrity news is often dominated by breakups, scandals, and chaos, the idea of love, commitment, and new life feels almost radical. It's a reminder that not every story has to be about destruction. Some stories are about creation, a family forming, a future unfolding, a quiet happiness that doesn't need drama to be powerful. For General Hospital fans, who live and breathe emotional storytelling, this felt like the ultimate real-life plot twist, the kind that leaves you smiling instead of gasping. Picture it, as the fandom does in this creative vision. Eden McCoy standing in soft light, one hand resting on a growing belly, the other intertwined with the person she's about to marry. A peaceful smile, a heart full of anticipation, and two paths converging into one beautiful journey. A secret wedding. A baby girl on the way. A future written not in scripts, but in love. And somewhere, in the background, the echo of Port Charles, a city of drama, passion, and unforgettable stories, quietly cheering her on as she steps into the most important role of her life.